With mass cancellations due to the government shutdown, a lot of people are suffering some pretty big travel headaches, and that really could cost you your money and your sanity. Joining me this morning is Stacey Acree with Brentwood Travel to help us navigate some of these uncertain times. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
Well, we're glad that you're here. What are you dealing with? What are your clients dealing with when it comes to travel? Is it as chaotic as it seems on television and in the headlines?
Well, it can be if your flight is canceled. It's very, it throws you off your plan. So
Yeah, of course.
that's where it becomes, sometimes even frightening or scary to the person that doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, so then how can people, I shouldn't say know what to do, but how does knowing the airport, kind of navigating some of the travel apps, how can that help people?
Right. Well, it is great to have an app because it will alert you. But if you don't, then the boards are up and it lists on the arrivals and the departures your flight times. So if you are just aware of what that is and call ahead of time and know if your flight's been delayed or canceled, at least you have one up on what to do. And then the next step would be if it's delayed, you just need to wait it out or see if there's another option, or you need to go up to the counter. We were able not to go back through check-in, but actually just go up and ask some of the airline. There are some desks even in that area where you're about to leave, and ask what the other options are.
Yeah, sometimes they can tell you, like if they're at the gates or whatever. But I guess, do you recommend certain apps? I mean, just probably the airlines app, and maybe do you need to get like the airports app, or what do you do?
Actually, I do have the airport apps
Okay.
and also the airline apps, but I usually go by the airline apps and then know what other flights are there. We were going to Burbank. Our flight was 4 hours delayed. We looked at going into Los Angeles, which is about 25 minutes away, but those flights were full. So those are the other things. Your options aren't always there, so you just either have to have your patience and wait for the next flight, or know what other options you are.
Yeah, some flexibility. Now, you said you just flew, and airlines seem to be kind of working together. I mean, just kind of being like a little bit more lenient than they're used to
I was
being.
able to switch my flight for a whole day earlier with no extra fees. And yesterday we had a client call. They were meeting their parents from New York to Hawaii, and it was a 10-hour delay. And they were able to work with that particular person to get them not only on a different airline. Instead of a nonstop, they did have to change planes, but they were able to get out. So not being afraid to ask the airlines what other options, because sometimes they'll put you on a whole different carrier.
Oh, wow. So they really are working together.
They are.
Well, what do you think about travel insurance? Because I know that I've had it before, and it worked out well for me. But it does seem like it's more important than ever, especially in these big delays. What do you think? People should absolutely get it, or what?
I think travel insurance is very important if you're the type that you want your money back if something happens. It's just another tool to have, and you just have to know that with travel insurance, they do have rules. So it has to be a delay of 6 to 8 hours, depending on the carrier, to even get some of your money back. And there are limitations on how much you get back per day.
Okay, and then what is the best way to get travel insurance? Do you do it when you get on your airline, or can you go online somewhere? Where do you go?
Right. So I'm with Brentwood Travel, and we happen to sell travel insurance, but you can also, when you're purchasing your airline ticket, it does give you the option. Sometimes we may skip over that, but it's not that expensive. And it's also lost luggage. If you have a travel delay, if you have a forced overnight, you might have expenses that you were not expecting.
Oh, for sure.
So it covers a lot of that.
Do you have any early thoughts on holiday travel? I mean, it feels like holiday travel could be, it could be smooth or it could be just a headache for people. Do you have any early thoughts?
The best thought is just, again, it's always to get to the airport early, know your flight information, know what other options, again, what other airlines are leaving that day in case you had to pivot, in case there's a delay or cancellation. And I think working with a professional such as ourselves or whoever, because we guide people, we tell people how to navigate the airports. And then the best thing is if you are really frustrated, concerned because something has been changed, is to work with the airport. Go up to the counter and just make sure you're getting the best routing there possible.
Yeah, it is really nice to work with an agent because then it's like, help me, I need help right now, right?
We're like the therapist of travel, kind of.
Right.
And it just helps to have somebody in your corner
Yeah.
to know the best routes, because some people we hear go really strange, connections when they
Sure.
could have maybe even gone nonstop. So sometimes they just don't know they can change to another carrier if there is a real problem going on. The airports want to help get you resolved, but they don't always know the best routing, and so it is nice to work with a professional.
Yeah, a professional, an expert. That's why you're an
An
expert.
expert,
Yeah.
right.
Stacey, thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Really appreciate your time today.
Absolutely.